Greetings, YouTubers. Welcome to my channel. Well, a lot of times when you need a tool and you don't have it, the first place you go, well, probably will be on eBay, like I do. A lot of my tools come from there. And, you know, I haven't had an angle drill for quite some time. Matter of fact, the last one I had was probably over 10 years ago, and there's been a lot of jobs where I need one of these guys. So, went on eBay, and here's what I found. I purchased one of these. We're going to look at it and everything. This one here is $46. It is a electric drill, 3/4 inch chuck, close quarter, right angle, reversible drill. This is nice. It doesn't look like it's very big, but you know, sometimes looks can be deceiving. And if we click on the link here, you can see we got it here in about 4 or 5 days. And if we click on the description of it, there's a picture of it there. Like I said, it doesn't look too big in the picture, but when I got it, well, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. And it's made in China. We don't have a brand name on it or anything, but nevertheless, for $43, you know, you can't go wrong. And basically, it will get into those tight corners. That's what I'm hoping it will do anyway. And at the bottom here, we have some more specs on it and everything. You know, it's 120 volts, 60 hertz, 3.8 amps, up to 1400 RPM. And you get a chuck key with it and all that. And of course, you get free shipping and everything. So a lot of times on eBay, you know, you just buy tools that would just get you by. You know, and I find a lot of times, most of the tools work. If you just want to use them a little bit, don't beat on them too bad, they'll get you by just fine. And you can see they've sold, what, 1,228 of these, so apparently people like them. And I went back and looked at the feedback, and feedback seems to be pretty good. And also, you can see the reviews here. Pretty decent reviews, 3.5, and a couple of reviews here just says worked very good. And, you know, you got to take these reviews with a grain of salt sometimes. So, you know, other than that, enough jibber jabber here. Let's go ahead and look at the package and see what we got and see how big it is. Well, there she is. It basically came in a priority mail box just like that. Somehow they managed to stuff it in there. And there... what was left of it kind of beat up a little bit, but you know, these guys at the post office, you know how they are. They like to throw things around a little bit sometimes. But there it is. There's features, rated voltage 120 volts and rated frequency 60 hertz and variable speed 1400 RPM. Motor 450 watts and get a chuck with it 3/8 and get an instructional manual. It says, and this just says item number 10173 CMT Intertech. I don't know, maybe that's the company's CMT, I don't know, but you can buy these, like I said, on eBay. And as we open it up here, ta-da! So we get a little owner's manual, tells you all about it. And I guess you could actually take it apart and clean it and fix it if you're real handy and smart about that stuff. But there's that. Came with some packing and that there. Of course, I opened it up just to make the video a little faster. And there's the drill. And it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. And you can see my hand is pretty big and takes all my hand to get around it. I like where the trigger is there. It's kind of close to the chuck. And I think you can get in here, you know, at an angle and kind of drill a little bit. But the chuck is actually down here. We have that there, and there's some more writing on the side there. You know, basically saying, warning, you know, don't use it in water and all that. And it's actually fairly heavy. I didn't think it would be too light, but being 120 volts, you got to have something that's fairly heavy. But yeah, you wouldn't want to use this around water, that's for sure. Plastic on it seems to be pretty solid. For $38, you know, I think it's probably worth the money. But lots of screws holding it together and so forth and all that. So let's plug it in and see what it sounds like. Now on the top here we have a reversible switch, which is actually easy to get to. So if you're in the tight corners, place you're going to have to watch and not bump that. It'd been nice if they had it on the side, but I'm not an engineer, so but that is that. And let's hook it up and see how loud it sounds, if it works at all. Alright, we'll go ahead and plug it up here. Just your standard connection, no ground or anything, so you'd have to be very careful around liquids with this thing. Put that in like that. And I don't see any smoke or fire. And let's pull the trigger and see what we got. Well, sounds pretty powerful. Nice. It's nice variable trigger wheel there. Trigger. So, well, I can adjust the speed fairly well. Alright, let's try the reverse. Alright, well, that's better than I thought it would be. Actually, it's a pretty big motor in there, so not bad. And here is the chuck, and let's see if it fits in there nice and snug. And yeah, fits in there pretty nicely. So pretty impressive for 40 bucks. I wouldn't think it would be that good of quality, but we'll take it outside and we'll drill some holes with some drill bits and see. Now, the reason I bought this is I have a Ford 4.6, and you know those manifold studs, well, they break off. I'm going to attempt to drill a couple of them out, try to tap them and get it out without taking the whole manifold off, and this is why I bought this. I actually thought this would be more of an angle like this, like a 90-degree angle, but you'd probably want this at an angle anyway if you're going to go into an angle, because if you did, this piece here would probably hit, you know what I'm saying, like that. So it's probably better it's slightly off, angled like that, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, not too bad. I don't see no sparks. So there we go. We'll take it outside and let's drill a couple holes and see how she does. We'll go slow with it now. Well, I should have had the chuck a little tighter. Alright, we'll try that again. Alright, well, it's got plenty of power, that's for sure. I mean, I had no problem drilling holes through this stuff. I mean, if I go really fast with it, you're not really supposed to, but and my bit's not exactly the sharpest in the world. And this is 3/4 inch plywood, so, you know, it's... I think my bit's about had it, but the only thing is you got to make sure you get this tight, and if you don't push on this just right at an angle, you're not going to get it tight enough. So that's the only thing. It seems like this chuck is a little loose to go in there, but it does work. So let's drill into some metal here, a little piece of metal that I've got. Alright, so I got a smaller metal bit in here, and I'm still not a fan of this chuck. It's really hard sometimes to... It wants to slip a little bit on these gears right here, these teeth. So you can see I've already got it scratched up a little bit there. So, but just snug it down as tight as you can get it, I guess. So let's try to drill a little bit into this. And You know, I've got the worst drill bits for demonstration purposes right now, but you can see I can push really hard down on this drill, and the motor has no problem whatsoever to keep going. There we go. See, that's the only thing I'm having a little trouble keeping this chuck, this drill bit, tight. I don't think it's me, but we'll see here. I should have some cutting oil, but alright, so, you know, it works. I mean, for a cheap tool, it's probably okay. Alright, so if you can just get around keeping this tight, you know, it's probably doable. But we'll try one more bit here to verify that I'm not doing something wrong. Let's put in a little bit bigger one this time. Let's do a 15/64 bit and see how that works. If I can just, if this would just be a little more firm, tightening down. I see what happens when I tighten it down. It goes at an angle like this. You got to keep it straight, like this. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. I'll try that. Get my other foot up here, and so. But you're not supposed to push really hard on these bits anyway, so let's try that. See. That's what a sharp bit should do. So, I don't know. I think it's probably worth the money. Just, you know, be cautious about this here. And you can see the chuck here, how I've got a lot of scratches on it already. But, it fits in there, so maybe it's all hand technique. So, but anyway, there you go. There's a nice look at it. So I think for the money, you know, if you're gentle with it and don't do anything crazy, I think it'll work just fine. I mean, what do you want for 40 bucks, right? All right, guys. Other than that, you know, it's not a bad tool. If they could get the chuck just perfect, I've seen this with other drill bits, where it doesn't quite mesh with the teeth perfectly, but also wobbles around a little bit there. So if you're not holding this with a firm grip and pushing this in straight and turning it, it will slip. You know, it's going to slip, and I've had problems with other tools like this. So other than that, if that was perfect, you know, they have this tool 100% good. But I tell you, it's a pretty heavy tool. I was a little impressed with the motor in it. As you can see, the drilling there I've done with it. Of course, this is just testing it out for a while. We'll use this over a few weeks and see how it goes. And there's a lot of information in the booklet on ratings on how much cord you should use and all that. But for, you know, $40-some and all that, you know, I don't think you can go bad. And there's some information on the chuck and everything. And maybe you can probably get your own head on your own chuck, I don't know, off of a used drill, a quality drill, and stick on here, maybe make this thing even better. I don't know. That's just me, guys. So I don't know. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Would you buy one of these? Let me know in the comment section and all that. And for $40 some. I think, you know, it'll probably do what you need to do if you don't beat on it too bad. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and until my next video, I will see you later.